Hey guys, Tyler here from GarageWarrior.com, your #1 resource for hard-hitting home workouts and living the warrior lifestyle. I had a question pretty recently about sit-ups. They saw my Navy SEAL sit-up challenge and said, this is a really cool workout, but they wanted to know, aren't sit-ups outdated because of the force they put on your spine, the damage they can do to your spine? So I wanted to talk a little bit about that today and what we can kind of deduce from the research and also common sense as well. So are sit-ups bad? The reason why most people think sit-ups are bad is because you're constantly flexing and extending your spinal column. And there's a lot of researchers like Stu McGill who say that the more flexion and extension you put on your spinal column, the more damage you do to your spine, the more likely you are to degrade your spine and hurt your back and things like that, because as the discs degenerate, the nerves get pinched and you have lower performance and back pain, and it feels like stabbing pain and things like that. So I want to cover a couple issues here. As you can see by this little picture right here, you can see my little outline of what the spine is doing when one component of it is straight and neutral and the other component of it is curved. What most chiropractors and doctors will tell you about is if the spine is bowed like this and there's pressure being put on it, that disc is being compressed like this and it's like a jelly donut. They think it's going to be and squeezed out the other end. It's going to blow up out the back. Now that does happen in some situations, but before you guys start, getting all worried about flexing and extending your spine and this jelly donut blowing up, you need to know that every tissue in the body adapts to a stimulus, okay? So if you take, good old Mrs. Jones, and it's her first time ever doing a core workout, and you make her do, 100 sit-ups where she's doing it over her ab mat and she's flexing and extending her spine, yeah, you might cause some damage, you might cause some inflammation, right? But if you have a seasoned athlete, somebody who has done sit-ups before, who is well prepared, whose spine is conditioned first through mobility and second through stability, then this shouldn't be too much of an issue with you. Now, are sit-ups the best ab exercise out there? Heck no. There's way better ab exercises. Hanging leg raises, working on your gymnastic levers, plank stuff. There's a million different ab exercises that are probably better than sit-ups. But should you think sit-ups are the worst exercise in the world simply because you flex and extend your spine? I don't think so. I like bridging, where you do the back bends and stuff. That's an extension of the spine, and yogis have been doing it for thousands of years, and they have some of the healthiest spines into old age that they've ever seen. So that brings me to my final point about this, which is you might want to consider that if you do this and you create inflammation in your body and you don't have the nutrients to fix that inflammation, that can also be a way to degenerate your spine and cause damage. So looking at your nutrition, making sure that you're not eating tons of inflammatory foods is a really good idea as well. So there's a lot of moving parts to this, whether or not sit-ups are genuinely a terrible exercise for you. Generally speaking, I would say start with the plank stuff, strengthen that core without movement first, and then go into movement exercises as you become stronger, more proficient, and your tissue adapts. So if you guys dig this perspective, please click the like button above and help me spread the warrior message. Otherwise, visit GarageWarrior.com, check out more tips and tricks in doing home workouts and living the warrior lifestyle. Thanks so much for watching.